Matcha may deliver substantially more antioxidants and bioactive compounds than brewed green tea because you consume the entire leaf, not just an infusion. Samurai, Buddhist monks, and Japanese emperors have been drinking it for over 1,000 years. What's their secret? From your morning latte to ice cream, skincare, and even ramen, matcha is everywhere now. But why, and what makes it so special? Let's break it down, one fact at a time. Tokyo, New York, Jakarta, Sydney. Matcha is on the menu at the world's best cafes right now. From the traditional Japanese chawan to the trendy iced latte, one ingredient, 6 ways to enjoy it. Matcha has caffeine, but it feels nothing like coffee. Many users report smoother, more sustained energy compared with coffee, likely due to L-Theanine. The secret, L-Theanine, a unique compound that makes matcha's caffeine feel smooth and focused. Zen energy, not panic mode. In Japan, a sacred ritual in silence. In America, Starbucks' most popular non-coffee drink. In Indonesia, iced matcha with palm sugar. Now, everywhere. One ingredient adapted by millions in their own way. Before we go deeper, let's bust 4 matcha myths. All of them have been proven wrong by scientific research. The references are in the video description. Check them yourself. There are 4 matcha grades, from ceremonial, the highest, for drinking straight, down to culinary grade, for cooking and baking. The more vivid the green, the higher the quality and L-theanine content. Quick way to check matcha quality. Press a small pinch between your fingers. Smooth and vivid green, premium stone ground. Grainy and pale industrial grade. 3 seconds and you'll know the difference. Homemade matcha, around 50 cents, $2 per cup. Starbucks Grande, $5.726.80 in the US. A traditional Japanese tea ceremony, up to $80 per person. One ingredient, 5 completely different price experiences. The global matcha market was worth $4.23 billion in 2024, growing at 7% per year. North America is the fastest growing market. This isn't a trend. It's a global shift in drinking culture. Japan exported 5,092 tons of matcha in 2024, up nearly 19% from the year before, worth Ep.1 million. Top destinations: the US, Germany, Malaysia, Thailand, and Taiwan. Global demand shows no sign of slowing. Here's something rarely talked about. Japan is facing a real matcha crisis. Tencha prices rose 220% in a single year. Farmers are aging with no replacements, and China stepped in, now supplying 60% of the world's matcha. Japanese versus Chinese matcha isn't about which is better. It's about purpose. Japanese ceremonial, complex flavor, premium price, for sipping straight. Chinese, high volume, affordable, ideal for commercial drinks and cooking. 1 cup of matcha, just 5 calories. But inside, vitamin K, vitamin A, potassium, magnesium, iron, and 60 to 140 milligrams of the most powerful antioxidant, catechin, in tea, all from 2 grams of whole powdered leaf. EGCG, matcha's most powerful antioxidant. One 2003 study found matcha had 137 more EGCG than one specific green tea brand, China Green Tips, measured per gram of dry leaf, and at least 3 higher than other green teas in published literature. Why? Because you consume the entire leaf. The L-theanine and caffeine combination in matcha creates calm alertness, sharp focus without jitters. L-theanine has been associated with alpha brainwave promotion. Caffeine keeps you alert. The result for many people: productive focus without the jittery feeling of coffee alone. This isn't a claim, it's a 12-month clinical trial. Double-blind, published in L-Theanine in 2024. Drinking 2 grams of matcha daily was associated with significant improvement in social acuity, facial emotion recognition, and a trend toward better sleep quality. Matcha is rich in antioxidants, particularly EGCG catechins, What matters more is the actual bioavailability of specific compounds like EGCG, which matcha delivers at notably high concentrations because you consume the whole leaf. Important. Not all matcha health claims are equally well supported. Focus and antioxidants, strong evidence. Cardiovascular, moderate. Anti-cancer and detox, still early stage. Matcha is good, but it's not medicine. Honesty matters more than sensationalism. Matcha was born in China, not Japan. Song Dynasty, around 960 AD. Tea leaves were steamed, dried, then ground with stone mills. The world's first powdered tea. The mill, called Ishi Uzyu, a close relative of the stone mortar. In 1191, Zen monk Aisai returned from China carrying tea seeds to Japan. He planted them in Uji, Kyoto, then wrote Japan's first book on tea, Kisa Yojoki, How to Stay Healthy by Drinking Tea. That's how matcha arrived in Japan. In the 16th century, tea master Sen-no Rikyu elevated matcha into a living art form. 4 principles: harmony, respect, purity, tranquility. Today, the Japanese tea ceremony is recognized by Japan's Agency for Cultural Affairs as a traditional, intangible cultural practice. From China in 960 AD to Japan in 1191, to a New York cafe in 2008, to your TikTok feed in 2024, matcha traveled 10 centuries to reach your hands right now. Uji, Kyoto. This is the matcha capital of the world. Its mineral-rich soil, morning mist, and cool temperatures cannot be replicated anywhere else. Nearly 100% of the world's finest ceremonial-grade matcha still comes from here. 3 to 4 weeks before harvest, 90% of sunlight is blocked. The tea plant's response, chlorophyll production, surges. That's why matcha is so vivid green. L-Theanine also rises significantly. Source: Jakubczyk et al. Nutrients 2024. Premium matcha harvest. By hand, not machine. Only the 2 youngest leaves from each plant are selected, immediately steamed after picking to halt oxidation. This is what preserves the color and flavor perfectly. 4 steps: shade, hand harvest, steam and dry into tencha, then stone grind into matcha. Every step has a scientific purpose. 1 step wrong, and the entire quality drops. Fast machines generate heat. Heat destroys chlorophyll and aromatics. Granite stone rotates slowly. Temperature stays low. All active compounds are preserved. That's why stone-ground matcha is always more vivid and richer in flavor. Science confirms this. Matcha is now produced in many countries, but for ceremonial grade, Japan remains unmatched to 99% of the world's finest production. China leads in volume. South Korea is rising fast. The global matcha production map is shifting dramatically. Scopus verified fact: matcha contains up to 137 times more EGCG than regular brewed green tea. The mechanism is simple. You consume the entire powdered leaf, not just a water infusion, delivering 100% of bioactive compounds. L-Theanine is found in almost no other food, only in tea plants. Shading prevents it from converting into catechins, so levels accumulate much higher in shade-grown matcha. This is what makes matcha's effect truly unique. Matcha's vivid green color isn't random. It's abundant chlorophyll from shading. Chlorophyll absorbs red and blue light, reflecting green back to our eyes. The darker the shade regime, the more vivid the color. This isn't a random claim. It's a 12-month study in PLOS-1 2024. Drinking matcha consistently improved cognitive function and sleep quality in older adults. Double-blind, placebo-controlled, rigorous scientific methodology. The most fundamental difference with brewed green tea. You drink only the water infusion. Only water-soluble compounds are extracted, roughly 20% of what's in the leaf. With matcha, you consume the entire ground leaf, delivering the full bioactive profile, including compounds not water-soluble, not just a taste difference. It's what actually enters your body. 5 well-supported matcha science facts. One study found 137th higher EG/CG versus a specific green tea brand. L-Theanine supports calm alertness in short-term studies. Shading is established to increase chlorophyll and L-Theanine. A 12-month RCT showed improved social acuity, and traditional stone grinding may better preserve bioactive compounds. 5 quick tests before buying matcha. Color, vivid jade green, not yellow or brown. Aroma, fresh and umami, not musty. Texture, silky like baby powder. Taste smooth, not sharply bitter. Foam, thick and creamy when whisked. When buying matcha, check these on the label. Origin region, Uji or Nishio are most trusted. First flush, harvest April-May. Highest, L-Theanine. Confirm stone ground. Opaque, airtight tin packaging. JAS or USDA. Organic certification is safer. No need to spend a fortune to start. Tier 2, $20 to $40 per 100 grams, delivers nearly 90% of ceremonial-grade health benefits at half the price. For daily health benefits, this is the most rational choice. One final tip: how you store matcha matters as much as which matcha you buy. Airtight tin, away from light and heat, sealed after every use. Best within 4 to 6 weeks of opening. These 4 rules protect every dollar you spent.
Yo, stone on stone, watch it pop. Colors change and we don't stop. Chemistry in every drop. Lumpangism straight to the top. Hit subscribe, join the grind. Ancient stone, modern mind.